Hi, I'm Jonathan Smith with Prestige Yacht Sales. You can text or call me at 860-514-3763 or email me at jsmith@prestigeyahtsales.net. Today we're looking at a 2002 Pacific Seacraft Creelock 37. Very well-regarded, well-built, traditional cruising sailboat. And this one has got some recent electronics upgrades, davits, wind generator, and some other stuff. Let's go take a look. All right, let's take a quick look at the starboard side here. It's a mystic day in Mystic, Connecticut. Very rainy and foggy. I'm trying to get this video and photos done before it gets hauled out. It's next on the list to get hauled out here at the marina for the winter. It will not be covered, so it'll be easy to see. Starboard side looks good. You'll notice the teak is natural. It's not a varnished boat. That makes it actually easier to maintain. You don't have to do yearly teak work. I prefer them this way. Clean it up a little bit, let it go silver, and it's just less work to maintain the boat, or less expenses. Of course, if you want to varnish it, you're welcome to. Okay, taking a walk down the port side. There's a Lumar windlass, Harkin furler, Rockna anchor, plenty of fenders, new Furuno radar, GPS chart plotter, as well as a lot of other newer electronics. It's sort of a royal blue canvas, Dodger and Bimini. They're down below right now. The boat's getting ready to get hauled out for the winter. Davits included, dinghy and outboard are not. Wind generator, hoist for your outboard. That's a real beefy stainless mast back there for that extra equipment. 6-person life raft. All right, let's go aboard. All right, we'll take a look at the electronics in the cockpit. We have a new Furuno, very large display. And this does GPS, chart plotting, and new HD radar. The radar unit's up on the mast. As well, we have a Simrad autopilot, Raymarine wind, and a Raymarine multi-function display that does speed, depth, and trip. The original Pacific Seacraft Ritchie compass. There's also a new Fusion stereo aboard with some Bose speakers, and that talks to your iPhone, does the Bluetooth thing, you know, all that stuff. All right, let's go down and look at the electronics at the nav station. Some more electronics down at the nav station, including this large 10-inch Garmin unit, an IC M802 single sideband radio. It's got a speaker for your VHF. Standard Horizon GX 2150 VHF, a repeater, multi-purpose display for speed and depth, an additional Simrad autopilot control. Here's our Xantrax battery charger and inverter control. And here's our electric panel. This is all at the nav station. And it's a little bit messy right here. Boat's being put away for the winter. Oh, here's a remote VHF for at the helm. Let's take a tour of the decks. By the way, the hulls on these boats are solid fiberglass, overbuilt. It's got a reputation of being one very strong boat. Some of the earlier ones could have some blistering issues, but this is one of the later ones. Last one's built year 2000. When the gel coats were of a higher quality. I don't see any cracking or crazing in the decks. The decks are marine plywood cord. Nice stainless bow pulpit. We do have a horizontal windlass with chain. I don't recall the amount of chain. He may have told me. That's the tang for the staysail for the cutter rig. He has all that gear, he just doesn't use it. Nice D-rings for your jack lines. This is a deck step mast. There's a compression post that goes down, carries a load down towards the keel. And you can see the small tracks up on the deck. I assume that's for the cutter staysail. And then we have Genoa tracks on the outer decks. A little bit of cracking right in this area in the gel coat. The stern pulpit carries forward all the way to the lifeline gate, so you have a very strong life rail, if you will, all around the cockpit. Self-tailing winches. In the cockpit, there's lockers all around and a table that flips up. The backstay is isolated for a single sideband radio. And there are davits. One of the nice things about this model is there's a big access panel in the sole of the cockpit that you lift up to get full access to your engine. That comes out right on top of the engine for any of the more serious service you might need to do on the Yanmar. The galley is a traditional U-shaped galley. Gives you plenty to lean against if preparing meals while out at sea. 2-burner propane stove with an oven, 2-basin stainless sink, a Corian type material for the countertops. The boat's been winterized, the water system, that's why you're seeing some parts out here. This boat's about to get hauled out for the winter. There is a large freezer refrigerator. Oh, I guess you can flip that to open it. That's one side. And then access to the other side. It is quite large. A lot of storage behind the teak cabinetry, including above the sink. Traditional salon with a gorgeous teak table. I've got the dinette table flipped up for the starboard settee. Seating for 4 anyways, if not more. There's also a wing that flips up to the other side, so you could dine from the port settee. See a nice teak and holly sole. Pretty good shape. A few little stains over here on the port side, but not real bad. Walking forward, here's the head. Manual toilet. It's all been winterized. Sink. It's open for winterizing. And then our forward stateroom is full of the sails right now, but we can take a look at the sail. That is, I don't know if that's the jib or the mainsail, I can't tell, but they appear to be in good condition, very serviceable. And then here's our canvas for the Dodger and Bimini. Large hatch, very strong. And we're looking aft now in the salon towards the galley and the companionway, nav station to port. And then there's a quarter berth back here full of stuff that's been put here for the winter, including winch handles and seat cushions and a life sling. So, notice more fans. Bose stereo system. Gorgeous heavy-duty stainless hatches. Very well built boat. All right, let's take a look at the engine. You first remove the stairs at the companionway. Flip up the engine hatch, and I'm sure the whole box is removable if you really needed to. As I mentioned, there's also access to the top of the engine from cockpit hatch. This is a Yanmar 4JH3E, 56 horsepower. There are a little over 5,000 hours on the engine. It runs like a top, runs great. These are very long running engines. If you check the cruising forums, you'll see that they've got a great reputation. It is a freshwater cooled engine. You can see the heat exchanger right up there. And the owner says the thing runs like a top. So it just came here from another marina. It's about to get hauled out, and I know it came here under its own power, no problems. All right. Once again, I'm Jonathan Smith with Prestige Yacht Sales. You can call or text me at 860-514-3763 or email me at jsmith@prestigeyachtSales.net. If you have any questions about this 2000 Pacific Seacraft 37 or would like to set up a showing, be sure to reach out to me. Or if you or somebody you know has a quality sail or powerboat in southern New England they want sold, reach out to me. I'd be glad to help you out. All right, thanks. Hope to hear from you soon.